been hearing about that type of shit where the exes will like start coming at or looking at and stalking the new bitch and the new nigga. Like, you bitches and niggas are weird, and y'all need to go find some love and build on it and love yourself. Like, cause what they say, comparison is a thief of joy. Like, that's why you don't got no joy, baby, cause you steady comparing. And I know I could say that and it's like, damn, but like, some people might hear this, them type of people might hear this and be like, but like, yo, motherfuckers be like, it's easier said than done. But I never had a choice. I was always on my own, so I guess that's why I think like that. I've always done my own shit. I've always thought for myself, so that's why I think like that. I never followed trends. I like the trendy shit, but I always, anything I do, I'm gonna make it my own. I'm gonna make something my own. So if you can't make something your own, that means you don't have no love. You don't feel like you bring or add value to things, in my opinion. So you have to learn how to cultivate that for yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you cannot love nobody else. But yeah, I had to say that for my bad bitches and the fine niggas and the bad niggas, because y'all gotta stop trying that shit, because y'all be in for a rude awakening every time. And you're just gonna keep bruising your ego, trying to diminish our self concept. Like, and what people don't realize is, like, the reason that we operate like that is because we built everything that we got brick by brick. What did Hampson say? Like, brick by brick. You think I give a fuck? You trying to ruin my shit because you don't like the way another nigga talk? Exactly, that mindset. Like, you can't tear down nothing over here by how you talk about us on this side, because we having fun over here. Like, real character development. Yeah, real character development. But yeah, y'all gotta stop doing that weirdo ass shit. Y'all don't sit back and be like, damn, that was kind of fucking weird. I saw them and my whole fucking, my heart started to hurt, or my brain started to be like, ugh. Like, people would just look at people and just not like them. I've never once did that. It's not for me to understand, but y'all gotta stop being weird, please. And I'm saying this, it's gonna sound how it sounds, but sometimes it needs to be said. Sometimes it needs to be said, baby. Please, like, I'm being so genuine right now. I'm talking shit because it is weird, but please, like, sit with yourself. Shit, if you gotta sit with yourself in the mirror and find things that you like about yourself, and then the things that you don't like about yourself, love on them parts until you love them as well, because repeating that cycle, you're not going to get nowhere, because every time you end up by yourself, and every time you're looking at you and looking at yourself in the mirror and look at how you act, you're still going to hate yourself. So please find a reason to love yourself today. They be like, love others. No, find a reason to love yourself so that you can actually know how to love others. Anyways, that's the end of my TED Talk. I genuinely do. I love y'all. Whoever you are, I still love you. Because everybody in the season that they in, and some people come around, whenever they do, it's still love. But yeah. And this is the last thing I wanted to add, right? Because I just thought of it. Which is why I don't be saying all this shit all the time, because I know my mouth, and I've grown over the years, and I've learned to control that, because I know how much power my words hold. just as much as I know how much power my actions hold, right? And to make sure that I'm staying in my alignment and walking in my light more than I'm walking in my dark. Watching what I say and what I do, learning to control it, find it, and transmute that and harness that other energy and use it for my good, my highest good, and that reflects out onto others, right? And you know how they always say, be careful what you wish for. And I think what goes over people's heads the most about that saying is people automatically assume it to be what you wish for yourself. Like, you want to grant yourself 3 wishes, like whatever you're wishing on the star for. But no, the biggest thing in misconception that goes over people's heads is be careful what you wish on to others. And like I said, wishing bad onto others, that's what goes over people's heads, right? Because you may be in the wrong, or you may not see the full spectrum of everything to know, like, damn, let me not think that or wish that onto them. But it does go over people's heads because they say, careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And that is exactly true. You wishing bad onto others, and you in the wrong, you're gonna get that. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Yes. And I feel like I've always told people that, and people don't believe me, right? Just like the same, like in the spiritual community, people be like, my ancestors don't play about me. God don't play about me, right? But that's just a reflection, because when you don't play about you, God and the universe and the world has to reflect that, right? So those are things I've always lived by. I know that. And they don't play about me also translate into the fact that when I'm doing some shit I probably shouldn't be doing, I'm gonna get popped for that. And I know that because karma is a real thing. And I noticed I've always in the past, the recent past, in the past too, run into people who don't believe in karma. And they be having that hate on their heart, or move in a certain way thinking it never come back to them. And then when it come back to them, they be like, why? Damn, all this shit happened. The same type of people that complain about all the issues in their life. And I was like, I always said, I learned, because it's so easy to get over. That's what the world expects of you. And God's going to give you something that you don't expect. And it's going to come in ways that you don't expect, but it's always exactly what you need. And sometimes it might seem small, but it turns into something big. But because you overlook it, you never get your blessing sometimes. That's another thing, right? And I always say, I move with integrity because me and God and the universe, I've always had this like inside joke to where I am going to see it because they're going to put it in my face in a very specific way, in the ways that resonate with me, in ways that I could see clearly, to be like, you see that shit. So if you overlook it, that's on you. And whatever comes after that, that is also on you. So I've always told people, like, I watch what I do and what I say, because God has a way of correcting you, or just reminding you in a way that you cannot ignore, to where you looking around, like in a TV series where they look at the camera and they break that third wall like that, like literally, and it'd be like, cut the cameras, like dead ass, cut the cameras, like you getting punked, like, because why would you play with me like that? And it's only because you was playing, right? So when it's like that and you have that little direct connection, of course you're not gonna go against that. And if you do, you're a damn fool. You're a damn fool. Right? You gotta be accountable for the roles that you play in your own suffering. Right? But yeah, I had to add that. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. It's always a good, and I don't say good or bad. It's always a light and darker meaning to everything. When people, that's another thing about religion that always threw me, how literal people will be. Knowing all of this shit is riddles. Every riddle, it has a double-sided meaning. If you pay attention, like, it's a double-sided meaning. But yeah. Yeah. It's like you choose which way it goes. You choose if, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. When you wish and believe in your dreams, and you wishing on a star, and you put the intention behind your dreams, you just might get it. Yeah. You got to see it from both sides. And I always say this about everything's a spectrum. Severity and how intense things could be. And whether that shows up in a way that you like, or whether it shows up in a way that you don't like, is based off of how you move. But yeah.